Hello and welcome. Today we're going to review an old laptop from 1998, IBM ThinkPad 390E. I will install Windows 98 and play old games on it. Are you ready? Let's go. So, this is IBM ThinkPad 390E, an expensive laptop from 1998. It cost around $3,000 at the time. The laptop is in mint condition, almost brand new. That's how it looks. Here, you may notice a huge IBM logo. To open the laptop, you will need to push the latches at the same time. The first thing I notice is the keyboard, which is membrane, but it feels like mechanic. It's so comfortable to press the keys. And there is a red dot. What do you think this is? Write in the comment section. This keyboard is a little bit different from usual. Here you can see the escape key, which is located above the F1 button, not from the left side as on a typical keyboard. There is another IBM logo. And here is located the most dangerous part, a display cable. Why so dangerous? If something gets in there and you close the cover, it may damage the cable. Okay, let's see what connectors we have. It's typical audio jack connectors. A PC card slot. You can connect PC cards to it. For example, we can connect Wi-Fi PC card or LAN card. Unfortunately, I don't have any of these, so I can't demonstrate to you how it works. Sorry. Let's go ahead. This is a floppy disk drive and a CD-ROM drive. And this is modem port. Let's check what connectors are from the back. A power connector, a VGA output, so we can connect an external monitor, which is great, because we will be able to use a capture card to record the screen. A COM port, this is Kensington lock, a parallel port, a PC2 port, and the left side, an S-video port, a USB port. We're lucky that we have one, because this makes it easier to transfer data. Without it, I'd have to burn drivers to a CD. I'm glad I don't have to do this. And you won't believe what this is. This is a power switch. To turn on the laptop, you need to switch it to the left. Let's go ahead. This is an infrared port, so we can transfer ringtones to old smartphones, Nokia N73 for example. Okay, let's turn it on already. You can hear the sound of floppy disk drive. Go to BIOS. That's how it looks on an old laptop. The laptop has 196 MB of memory. It has typical BIOS settings. In the main menu it shows Intel processor Celeron 300 MHz. Go to boot settings. I won't even try to boot from a USB drive, because I think it's impossible to do it on this laptop. It's better to use a CD-ROM for this. Release date of this laptop is 1998, so right now I will install Windows 98 on it. Are you ready? Let's go. The BIOS automatically has set the boot order to CD-ROM, so now we can start Windows 98 installation. But we have one problem. The BIOS battery is dead. That's why the date and time keep resetting after each reboot. No problem, all we need is to press escape key during each restart. Save and exit. Here is the time error. Press an escape key. As you can hear, a PC speaker is very loud. I guess there is a giant speaker inside this laptop. Select and boot from CD-ROM. Welcome to setup. Press enter. Remove files and reconfigure hard disk. Recommended. OK. All files will be deleted. Yes. Enable large disk support. Yes. If you ever install Windows 98 on an old computer, you may remember how much time it takes. But we are lucky because the laptop has HDD with only 3 GB of capacity. So the formatting procedure won't take much time, only 30 minutes. Let's go ahead. ScanDisk is started. Welcome to Windows 98 setup. Install the most common components. Next. The setup begins. It says that it takes 30 minutes. Type your name, enter in the key. Now it's asking us to install PC card drivers. I don't have any of them, so I will skip it. It means Windows 98 already had some PC card drivers on the installation disk, which is great. And what? The error message appears? One or more of your disk drivers may have developed bad sectors. Press any key to run ScanDisk. Okay, let's do it. The scanning will take much time. I don't have another compatible HDD for this laptop anyway, so let's skip it. And now this divine sound should have been appeared. And this music. but due to the lack of sound drivers on the installation CD for this type of sound card, you won't hear it on the first start. Okay, now we'll tell you what this is. It's called track point, or in simple terms, a joystick, which allows you to move the cursor. Actually, it's very convenient, but it would be better if you can click on it. Now, we must install official drivers, but there is a problem. The official laptop page no longer exists, so where can I get them? I was lucky and found a site, ThinkPad, who allocated all drivers for this laptop model. All drivers were installed successfully. Also, I have installed a dozen of old games, which I was playing at the time. It took a day to install and set up the games, but I did it. So now we will play old games on an old laptop. By the way, I was succeeding with connecting a capture card to this laptop, so you can watch on your screens the whole picture of what is happening on the laptop. And here is another problem. For some unknown reason, the start menu is not displaying properly. Maybe it happens because of incorrect date and time, or because of HDD issues, who knows. Go to Computer Properties, here is our processor, Intel Celeron and 192 MB of RAM. To see all laptop specs, I downloaded the old version of AIDA, called AIDA 32. What a beautiful preview, here is the model name. Go to memory. We have 2 sticks of RAM, 128 MB and 64 MB SDRAM. BIOS date is 1999. And looks like we have a GPU here, called NeoMagic Magic Media 256 AV. It has 2 MB of memory. Can you imagine? A GPU with only 2 MB of memory. What is most surprising, we can set a refresh rate to 85 Hz on the laptop monitor. To make it appear in the menu, you need to select a monitor in these settings. I accidentally choose the wrong one, that's why it shows only 75 Hz. Another great feature, we can connect an external monitor to this laptop. What's more, we can duplicate the laptop display. It means the external monitor and the laptop monitor will display the image at the same time. As you can see, we can change our refresh rate to 85 Hz on an external monitor. There is no 32-bit color set, the max is 24-bit. It happens because our GPU has only 2 MB of memory. To set it to 32-bit, you will need at least 4 MB. Let's go ahead. A sound card. It's called ESS technology. By the way, the sound which you will hear next in this video will be recorded directly from audio jack. Go to storage. Our HDD has 3 GB of capacity. Unfortunately, the program doesn't show to us the name of the hard disk, but I made several speed tests using old software. It shows only 3 MB per second of speed. It's too slow. Maybe that's why the error message appeared before? Apparently not, because this is the normal speed for this HDD. To use the internet we need a modem, which of course I don't have. Or we can connect a PC card. Unfortunately, I don't have it too. Our GPU has DirectX version 6.1. It's very old. I guess we can run a couple old games here. Also, AIDA 32 can run a memory benchmark. And here is our laptop score. Let's open CPU-Z. 1 core, 1 thread. Frequency is 300 MHz. Codename Dixon. Supported instructions. Only MMX. What it means? Due to the lack of SSE2 instructions, we won't be able to run Windows 8, 10 and Windows 11 here. Go to memory. DRAM frequency is 66 MHz. By habit, first I doubled it and think the real frequency is 132 MHz, but I was wrong, because that rule doesn't work in on SDRAM. The real frequency is equals to the bus frequency. Let's start CPU-Z benchmark. What a big numbers! You can compare the score with other processors. Intel Pentium 100 for example. Finally, it was time to run old games. I've spent a lot of time to install and set up them. Let's start. Unfortunately, the capture card cannot record low screen resolutions than 640 by 480. Some of these games use a 320 by 480 resolution. So I will mix the footage from my capture card and from my camera. Starting from one of the greatest games ever made, called Blood. By the way, soon I will film a detailed review about this game. But there is a problem. The error message appears. Playback failed. Many of you may remember it wasn't enough to install the game and run it. Sometimes you had to set up it first. To do this, you need to open a setup file, choose IRQ and channels. Without this setting, some games would start without a sound, but I did it. What a great old game. It has a huge amount of secrets, Easter eggs, and references to movies. Here, for example, we notice a reference to a movie called Raven. Caleb said, "Nevermore."
Nevermore.
Surprisingly, but with only 2 MB of memory, the game is working very fast. Now you can see the real gameplay footage of this game on an old laptop. The thing is that if you will try to run an old game on a new modern hardware, you can get the different game physics. Because in some old games, the game physics may depend of FPS amount. This is clearly seen in GTA Vice City. As you remember, I succeeded with Windows XP installation on a modern PC, and there I've tried to play this game. The game physics was different because of a huge FPS amount. As you can see, Tommy crashes the cars faster than usual. It feels less if you will try to run Blood on a modern PC, but there is a difference. Also, if you will try to run Blood GDX version on a modern PC, you may notice a different gamma. There is a secret. Another one. And there is a super secret. You need to jump right there, in the hidden texture. And you will find an Napalm launcher. It's hard to imagine how much time you must spend in a game to find this secret. This is not the only super secret. You can find them on many levels. The latest one, by the way, was found by YouTuber CV11. To open it, you need to shoot here. After this, you will get the access to a secret level. If you want to watch the full walkthrough, you can do it on my game channel, link will be in the description. Let's go ahead. Quake 2. Honestly, I thought it won't run, but it's working well. Nice. Duke Nukem 3D.
Damn, I'm good. Damn, those alien bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride.
It's working well too. Duke Nukem 3D is very similar to Blood. By the way, Blood has an Easter egg on one of the levels. It is a reference to Duke Nukem.
I got time to play with you. Oh, shake it, baby. Oh, shake it, baby.
Let's go ahead. Delta Force. You need to do missions. And it has very funny sounds. Another great old game, Star Wars Racer. Unfortunately, we won't be able to run it, because it needs a more powerful graphics card, but I can show the gameplay. You need to win the race, which was in the film. This game is still considered as one of the best games which just perfectly conveys the sense of speed. GTA 2. It won't run too because of the same reason, but we can use a software mode and run the game.
In the city, respect is everything.
What a great preview! Let's go ahead, one of the greatest games ever made, Half-Life. This version of Half-Life called Uplink, it's a demo version of the game. It has different levels, which were not presented in the release. It also has a software mode. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of FPS here.
Open up the reactor complex so we can get down to safety.
I'm sorry, but those doors will not open until we send the all clear.
So send it already.
Commander Keen 1. It's one of the first id Software games. Pay attention how loud the PC speaker is. The game was released in 1990. It has a lot of secrets too. As far as I remember, Commander Keen 4 was the most popular part of the series. It has a super secret too. You need to jump in the texture again. There is another part of Commander Keen, called Keen Dreams. In contrast to the previous parts, you won't be able to kill any monster here. This was a potato and it killed me. Let's go ahead, this is the first version of Doom. It also has a lot of secrets. Here is one of these. By the way, 4 years ago, the last Doom 2 secret was revealed by YouTuber Zero Master. Imagine revealing the last secret 25 years after the game was released. Amazing. And of course, it's Prince of Persia. My first thought was the game has a trial 60 minutes period, but as it turns out you might free the princess in that time. The game has, in my opinion, one of the most difficult keyboard controls. When I was 6 and playing Prince of Persia 2 on my old PC, it was impossible for me to jump on the boat and pass this level, because I couldn't understand what goddamn key I must press to get to the ship. But the game is great. There are other old game series called Living Books.
Harry and the Haunted House.
Living Books is a series of interactive read-alone adventures aimed at children aged 3 to 9. I was playing this game on my Mac when I was 6 years old. It was fun to play.
Bet you can't hit this one.
That's all. Write in the comments what is your favorite old game. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later. Bye.